Hey guys, it's Mark from Modern Tech, and today I am going to see what we can do with this old Nintendo Wii game console. So, let's get into it. So I'm going to kind of speed through this process. It's not going to be tutorial, it's going to be just quickly showing what I've done and how I've done it. I'll do a little bit of voiceover as it goes along. Now this Wii wasn't actually a personal console of mine. I've had one in the past and I don't know what happened to it, but this one is one I picked up off Facebook Marketplace, so it was super cheap. I think I actually got it thrown in with a bundle of other consoles I bought a while ago, and the condition was not the best. It was okay, but the reset button was very sticky and did not press properly, which was a bit of an inconvenience for when I was actually modding the console, which was the first thing I did. I put a soft mod on the console so I could play multi-region games, backup games, etc. and emulators. For some reason the soft mod did actually fail the first 2 times, but on the third time it worked perfectly. I'm not sure why it fails. I just think it's a bit of a luck of the draw. You just sometimes have to do it that way, and if it fails, just try again. After the soft mod was done, it was time to make this console visually better and change the case. I had a nice clear blue case which looks pretty damn awesome, but the problem was actually putting this together. It took a long time, and I've done many consoles in the past for changing cases. This one just took a surprisingly long time. It was my first ever Wii I've done, so granted I was a bit slower than usual, but there was a hell of a lot of screws. It came out fine, everything went okay as I was doing this process, apart from the face panel where it has the start and eject and reset button. That caused a lot of issue because there's very fiddly little wires that have to go around and be in a certain position for it to fit on properly, and yeah, that was just a bit of a struggle, but I got there in the end, and the overall result does look pretty damn good. Finally. Oh my god, that took so much longer than I anticipated. I will speed it up in the video so you don't have to go through the unbearable stages that I had. I will do a bit of voiceover just to kind of give you a few step-by-steps as you're doing it, and a few things which took me a long time to do. But oh my gosh, this has been on my to-do list for so long now. I actually modded this Wii, I'm going to say about half a year ago. So some of them clips I've still probably got long hair if those clips are actually saved. One thing that I have learned from this experience of modifying a Nintendo Wii is absolutely never ever again. Out of all the consoles I have reshelled, this has been the most boring one to do. I'm only saying that probably because there is about 50 million screws. Okay, it's an exaggeration, but there is a lot of screws, and they're all different, and it took me so long. Granted, if I was a bit more organized and I actually laid out the screws in the proper order, okay, it probably would have been a lot quicker. But I just winged it, to be honest with you. I'm quite good at figuring things out like that, and I'm a typical bloke. I'm the not read the instructions kind of guy. I'm just to get in there and go, and then it takes me 10 times longer, but that is just what I do. But yeah, with the overall result, I am incredibly happy with it. It does look pretty damn good. One thing which I am disliking about this case though is these little flaps at the top do not really fit as well as they should do. That's not down to me putting it in the way it is. It just, sometimes it goes down fine, but sometimes it doesn't. Luckily for me, I'm gonna have it on my shelf, so it's not gonna be as bad. Like, it looks fine like that, but when you turn it around, you can see this side is now bumped up. But then when I saw that side out, this side is bumped up. So that's a little bit annoying, but it's done. It is done, and I'm not bloody going back to it again. The Nintendo Wii is such an underrated console. For emulation, these things are little beasts. They can go GameCube, Wii, plus anything before that, or the Sega Mega Drive, Game Boy Advance, etc. There's just so many options for emulation on this device. With the custom firmware, games can be booted from a USB, memory card, or, well, let's say a backup disc. You can boot anything. You can go for region free games, so you can play a lot of Japanese games now. There is just so much you can do with a modded Wii. I'm not going to make a tutorial on this. I was going to originally, but it is quite a long process, and there is quite a few out there, so there's not really much point of me giving my input on it. It is a tedious process. If you have a Wii already and you're not bothered about changing the shell and you just want to mod it, knock yourself out. You can do soft mods like I did, and if you have got the right code of a Wii, it will probably work quite fine, and there is lots of tutorials out there. However, if you want to change the shell, do that at your own accord. It's an experience. I'm kind of glad I've done it the once, but I will not do it again. Like, it's just a tedious one. I've done lots of consoles, I've modded lots of Game Boys, Game Boy Advances, etc. I just cannot be bothered doing this again. It was just very boring. Some parts of this process did get a little bit frustrating as well. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Maybe subscribe to support my endurance of pain I had to deal with going through this. There was a lot of frustration there, but I'd give it a good go. Anyway, it's Mark from Monitech. Thanks for watching.